In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a baby shower invitation using the print then cut feature with your Cricut. Alright, so let's get started in Design Space. I already have the project all made to size, but let me show you how I did it really quick. So the first thing we're going to do is upload our design to Design Space. I actually had a friend design this invitation specifically for my sister's baby shower. If you need an invitation, you'll just have to make one yourself, buy one off of Etsy, have someone else make it for you, something like that. But she designed this in an outside program in what's called Adobe Illustrator and made the invitation there. So then she emailed it to me and we saved it as a PNG file. Okay, so now let me show you how to upload. So what we're going to do is click upload over here, upload image, browse, find where it's saved. So I've got it saved on the desktop as a PNG image. And we'll click on open. I'm going to click on complex since there's a lot going on. Hit continue. We'll zoom out here. And obviously this is just a test one. I took away all the information. And I'm just going to click to remove the background. So I just use this first tool that automatically is selected when you get to this screen called Select and Erase. You just click and it will erase the entire background for you, which is really nice. So we'll hit continue. And it's super important at this step to remember to save it as a print then cut image and not as a cut. So if you save it as a cut image, this is what it's going to look like when you get it onto your canvas. So make sure you do print then cut, click save, and then we'll click on the file and click insert image, and then it will put it onto your canvas just like that. And then from here you can size it however you need, and I already have mine perfectly sized. So that's how you import the invitation. So like I said, you'll just have to either make one on your own. You can always find them on Etsy and other websites like that that sell pre-made file designs, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one since I already have my invitation here. And then the next thing I needed to do was just to create an envelope. So I actually went into Cricut Access and looked through the envelopes that they had. So what I did was I went to images, and as you can see at the top here, I just typed in envelope and it pulled up over 6,000 results. So you can go through. What's nice is that some of them, like this one over here, it shows me what it will look like when it's finished. So I really like that. So I just scrolled down until I found one that I liked, and then I clicked on this one and clicked insert image. And then I just sized it according to the dimensions of the invitation, so that when I put the invitation into the envelope, obviously we'll make sure that it fits. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is ungroup this, and I'm actually just going to delete this lighter blue. I don't need to have an insert to the envelope, I just need a simple envelope. Alright, so then from here we're going to click make it. As you can see, our designs are on two different mats, so we'll do the invitation first and then we'll get to the envelope. If you've never done print then cut before, it's super simple. So as you can see here, it comes up as an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and this is exactly how it's going to print. So when we click on continue, it's going to connect to our Maker or an Air 2, and then we'll click send to printer. And then from here you can tell it how many copies you want to print. I always leave the bleed on, and then we'll click print from there. Alright, so now that it's finished printing, we will search for our material. I am using like a medium weight cardstock. So I'm going to click on medium cardstock, then we'll click done. We'll get this loaded into the machine, we'll cut the invitation, and then we'll worry about the envelope next. Alright, so here's what it looks like after it comes from the printer. So it has these thick lines around it, but don't worry about that, that will get cut, and then it has the box. So what the Cricut will do is read these marks first, and then it will cut around it. And obviously I'm going to remove the post-it note, I just put that there to protect the information. But that's what it looks like when you use print then cut. It's pretty cool to be able to use your home printer and your Cricut at the same time. And now I'm going to get it applied on a light grip cutting mat, and we'll get this lined up, and then I'm just going to push down and we'll get this loaded in. Alright, so we've got the machine connected to our computer over Bluetooth. I'm just going to get this loaded in and we'll get cutting. So as the Cricut goes here, the first thing that it's going to do is read the registration marks. You can see this light down here. It's just it's basically scanning your file so it knows where to cut. So the first thing it's doing, it's not cutting, it's just reading the file, and then once it's finished, then it will get cutting. Alright, so the light's off now, and we are going to get cutting next. Now it's all finished, so we'll get this unloaded. So now that we've got the invitation cut, the next thing that we're going to do is work on the envelope. So I'm using craftboard paper from Cricut today. It's a pretty thick paper. So what we're going to do is I'll get it applied on the mat, and then we're going to use a scoring stylus to score the paper, and then we'll use the fine point blade to cut it. I did want to highlight quick, if you're using craftboard, you'll notice when you get to step 2 here, tools and material loaded, it automatically will select the double scoring wheel for you. So if you have the double scoring wheel, you can go ahead and use it. Otherwise, you can click edit tools, and you can also use the single scoring wheel or the scoring stylus. The double scoring wheel is recommended, but I'm actually just going to use the scoring stylus. I've done it before, and it might not be as deep, but it does a good job too. So we'll just click on that and we'll click apply, and then we're ready to go. All right, so I've got the craft board on a light grip cutting mat, and what I'm going to do is get the scoring stylus inserted first. So that's going to go in this A slot right here. I'm just going to put it in, and we're going to listen for a little click sound right there. And then we'll close the clamp, and then it's going to score first and then cut. But since it has the double tool holder, it will do it all in one swoop. So now we're going to remove both the invitation and the craft board from the light grip cutting mats. So when I'm doing this, I like to flip the mat over and bend it back while I hold my material straight. And as you can see, then the mat does the bending and not the most important part, which is the invitation. And there is the envelope. So now the last thing that we just need to do is assemble our envelope. So all I'm going to do is fold along these score lines, add some glue, and then our invitation will be ready to go. As you can see here, I actually grabbed the scoring stylus and I'm using that to push along the crease. I just like to do this because I feel like it applies a little bit more pressure than just using my finger. And then the last thing I'm doing is I just applied a stack of wood on top of the invitation just to help it dry and apply some weight. Alright, so here's what the final project looks like. Here's the invitation. Obviously, like I said, this won't be here. And then we have the envelope. I'm going to use some glue dots to glue this shut, and then I actually have a big sticker that says handmade with love. So I'm going to put that there as well, and then that will keep this shut. But that's how you do it. Super simple. You can just tuck this right in here. And a nice handmade invitation. So that is how you use print and cut with your Cricut. You can do it on the Maker or the Explore family, and then that's how you make an envelope with your Cricut as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this project today. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.